What is up, grade 9? Welcome to Sir Sabido's class. But before we begin, I would like you to be reminded of the following things. Number 1, always jot down notes. Always keep your notebook with you and only write the things that are considered important within the discussion. Number 2, you can pause whenever you want to. Number 3, do not only watch the lesson and play the video, but instead, learn from it.
And finally, we are going to talk about our last topic for Physical Education 9, which is recreation for physical fitness. So, as you can remember, we are already through with the discussion of a part of this topic, which is kahapon, yung indoor recreation na pinag-usapan natin mainly is about the gameplay of chess, its history, what are the rules, and of course, what are the strategies that you can use when playing chess. So for today, bago tayo magsimula, I have a question for you that you can ponder on by yourselves. Sabi dito, do you listen to music as a person? Ikaw ba ay mahilig manood ng movies? Nakapag-try ka na bang mag-picnic? Maglaro ng sports either with your friends or your families? If yes, bakit mo ginagawa tong mga activities na to? Does it make you feel something or meron bang certain level of satisfaction kaya mo to ginagawa? And ano pa yung mga other activities na na-enjoy mo na ginagawa aside from this mentioned things kanina? Sabi nung ibang tao, we actually as people do a lot of activities every day, which is very true. Gumagawa tayo ng household chores, we do schoolwork, and other routine activities. But do you do these things for fun? Do you enjoy doing these tasks? Do you feel tired doing these tasks? Feeling ko, yun ang mas makakasagot dun sa tanong na yun. No? Whether you enjoy the task or not, we have to endure them. Parang online classes lang yan, parang tasks sa bahay lang yan. There are times that we get tired and we get bored and even refuse to do the tasks. But many of these activities, little did we know, are already part of our daily activities and you cannot really get away with them. So in order for you not to get bored or tired of this task, you need other activities with, of course, along with this, that are considered relaxing, enjoyable, and can help you go back in focus. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kahapon, ang recreation kasi, either indoor man yan or outdoor recreation, this helps a lot in terms of getting off your mind to the things that you usually think of and that lagi mong iniisip, lagi mong inaasikaso. So for this last part of the quarter, we will be learning different activities that we can do both indoor and outdoor. So kahapon nasimulan na natin yung indoor. And today, mag-focus naman tayo sa outdoor. Wherein siguro pag okay na yung lahat, kapag ka we don't know for how many more months, years, ang daranasin natin regarding the pandemic nowadays, but sana after that pandemic, masubukan natin ulit pare-pareho to do these recreational activities, mostly outdoor recreation. So, what do we mean by recreation? Recreation is a kind of activity na ginagamit ng mga tao for the following purposes. It is used for relaxation mainly, for pleasure, and for enjoyment. So, bakit ba tayo naggagala, di ba? Bakit ba tayo napunta sa mga tourist destinations? Because we want to relax. We want to feel the pleasure, the satisfaction, and of course, we want to enjoy either alone, either with family and friends. There are different people na para sa kanila, yung alam niyo yun, yung may mga tao kasi talaga na they consider their own selves as parang very outgoing, very adventurous. So they do recreation for fun. Samantalang yung iba naman, there are people who prefer doing these things para makapag-unwind, baka stress sa trabaho, during schools before. stress na sa ACADS, mga grades, exams. So, you use this, or these people use recreation to unwind or refresh their body para at least kahit na stressed sila at the moment, magkakaroon ng regeneration of the energy that you need in doing something. Siguro yun din yung main reason kung bakit tayo pare-pareho at the moment. Alam mo yun, yung parang puro stressors lang, puro stress lang. Maybe because we don't have this outlet to let our own stresses go, parang let it out or to de-stress. And that's one of the main na effect or help ng recreation. And it is an activity na ginagamit natin during leisure time. So let's emphasize that, leisure time. When you say leisure time, sobrang oras, excess hours, or excess time of a person within a day. So ang recreation, hindi yan ginagawa during mga oras mo that you are supposed to be working, you're supposed to be studying and doing things. It is done through leisure time. And of course, can be either indoor or outdoor. Sabi ko naman yun, itong mga nakaraan. What are the different types of recreation? So, meron tayong dalawa. We have the active recreation, which refers to different activities that you need to participate there directly. Kailangan, gagawin mo siya. You are required to do the task. For instance, swimming, dancing, jogging, and the like. While passive recreation naman are activities that require not much of your energy or those that only require you to observe. Nabanggit natin kanina, pwedeng watching movies, pwedeng listening to music, manonood ng mga sport games, ball games, and other games or other things in the like. So from the perspective, pag pinag-differentiate mo si active at saka si passive, very obvious yung difference nila. Kahit nga dun pa lang sa word na active and passive Di ba kapag isa kang active person, you prefer mingling with other people. Kapag passive ka, you are more of the listener. Parang you are just absorbing everything that you hear, but you are not actively participating. So ganun din sa recreation. Marami tayong mga bagay na ginagawa that is under passive kasi ito yung mga common ay hobbies mo or pastimes. Yung mga active kasi, yung mga para sa mga athletic side to na mga tao. Now, let us talk about the benefits. Ano naman ang makukuha ko, sir, if you are trying to engage me in recreational activities? So, we have the following benefits. So, you can learn to appreciate more routine activities. Number 2, there is different positive effects or effect in your views. Number 3, you can build a strong bond with friends and family. Number 4, you can also develop leadership and social skills. It can provide you a different relaxing experience when you participate in recreational activity. Number 6, it reduces stress. Syempre, pagka anday mo nang ginagawa, this can be achieved through, of course, active recreation or active participation to recreational activities. 7, it can impact in your health and fitness na sabi ko sa inyo, it can be an aid for weight management or weight loss. And number 8, it will help you sharpen your skills that are associated with different chosen activities. So, halimbawa, kung gusto mong improve in terms of swimming, in terms of other activities, so outdoor recreation is one great practice for it. We also have different motives of recreation. Pag sinabi nating motive, what is your purpose? Ano ba yung reason mo bakit mo ginagawa tong recreation? So we have 4 different motives of recreation. Namely, we have the socializing motive. From the word itself, di ba, socializing, socialization, or communicating with other family, pwedeng other people, like friends, acquaintances. So, kapag gumagawa tayo ng recreation or maalin man yun kung indoor, outdoor, active, passive, sometimes we do it for company. We go out, we gather with other people, which is, by the way, hindi applicable ngayon. Diba? Parang puro lahat na lang ng bagay is on the Zoom. So, that's socializing motive. Number 2, we have the associative motive. Associative motive is a motive of recreation para naman to sa mga tao who prefer reading, mga item collection, and others. So, this is more on the passive side of motive. Parang ito yung mga tao na gusto nila ng relax lang, like nagpapahinga pero nagkakaroon pa rin ng recreation. So, that's associative motive. Parang you are associating yourself with the activity itself. Number 3, competitive motive. Very obvious. This is used to test different limits na meron ng isang tao or participant that can, syempre, ang nature mo is kapag competition, kailangan mong manalo, di ba? So, this includes different games like sports, mga performing arts, and other outdoor recreation or activities, which I think is pinakang familiar tayong mga tao kasi competitive motive mostly yung nagiging reason kung bakit tayo nag-i-strive for more in terms of recreation, di ba? Kapag may prize, parang eye on the prize, mas nakakagana siyang gawin. And number 4, lastly, we have the exploratory motive. Siguro narinig nyo naman na yung reason ng mga travelers natin, no? Yung mga travel vloggers na they are going out, they are going to other places because they want to explore. So, it involves different recreation like hiking, yan, yung mga diving, other activities na may communication with a man or tayo mismo and an element of nature. And pag exploratory motive, mostly, ang target nito mga tourist spots. So parang most of the destinations, ang purpose mo is to explore. Yan. So those are the 4 motives in recreation. How can we classify recreation? By simply, syempre, we can classify these things according to nature like the following. So, ayan, meron tayong iba't ibang categories. For example, sa crafts and arts, we have drawing, painting, dancing, singing, and sculpture. Next, we have the sports and fitness, basketball, chess, volleyball, athletics, football. Next, environmental activities like hiking, camping, mountaineering, biking, orienteering. Next is last, technology type of recreation like internet surfing, playing musical instruments, watching movies, and playing online games. So, you cannot really say that, ay sir, hindi po ako nag-engage sa recreation or recreational activities kasi I'm not that active. Where this classification show otherwise. Kasi recreation, commonly nami-misinterpret ng tao na pag sabi mong recreation, it requires active participation. Wherein, ang daming category na mostly naman ginagawa lang natin ng araw-araw, hindi lang natin napapansin. So, those are different examples of or classifications of recreation. Now, let us proceed with the nature and background of both indoor and outdoor. So, since tapos na tayo sa indoor, we will be focusing on background ng outdoor recreation. So, let's define it first. Outdoor recreation is done in an open area or outside of an enclosed space. So, kabaliktaran siya syempre ng indoor. Very obvious naman. Kung yung indoor is done in an enclosed area, ang outdoor naman, syempre baliktad. It is done sa open area. Sabi ko nga kanina, kapag outdoor recreation, it should have communication between us, man, and the element of nature. So, we have different examples of outdoor recreation. Nabanggit natin to kanina. First, we have hiking. Hiking involves walking in a long distance na commonly ginagawa ng mga tao for pleasure or pwede din namang for exercise. I remembered bago mag-start ang pandemic, ito yung isa sa mga activities that most of the people want to engage in. And I cannot blame them for that because I personally really want hiking. It's just that kapag syempre, mag-hiking ka or you're gonna be involved in this activity, napakarami niyang kailangang i-prepare at kailangan physically conditioned ka talaga. You cannot do hiking by just saying, gusto kong mag-hiking. You have to prepare a lot of things. So, marami ring siyang kailangang ihanda where you do or you will be bringing, for example, yung mga maayos na walking shoes, yung mga bags, yung mga equipment that you can use when hiking. So, you have to be really prepared for it. Number two, camping. Camping is an activity which one has to spend a day or more living either in a tent or a camp, na usually away from their own home. Although some would, syempre, they prefer lodging on a tent outside their home para lang maka-experience ng camping. Iba pa rin talaga kapag yung camping is nasa site ka talaga. Kasi may mga tao, may dalawang type kasi ng camping by the way. Yung most na ginagawa natin, ito yung common sa atin, yung may mga camping site talaga. Mostly, ang hiking and camping magkapatid yan eh. There are hiking sites na meron na ding camping sites. Pero yung iba, ginagawa na din na sa labas lang ng bahay. Tapos nagkaroon na din ng glamping ngayon, if you are remember, or if you're familiar with that. So, marami na siyang mga variations ngayon. Number three is biking, which I can say na sobrang favorite ng mga tao ngayon. This is an activity na can help you improve your endurance, na kailangan mo syempre ng bicycle. Hindi naman pwedeng gagawin mo yan ng walang bicycle, no? Which can be either used for both downhill, pwedeng cross-country, pwede namang track racing. And this activity, ang pinaka maganda nga sa kanya, it improves your cardiovascular syempre system, can help you improve your own cardio, and marami siyang benefits sa katawan, sa totoo lang. Ang maganda pa din sa biking as compared with other activities, it makes you feel as if you are not really exercising. Not unless yun talaga yung main purpose mo. Kasi parang kapag nagbabike ka casually, di ba? Minsan, nag-enjoy ka kasi na hampas ng hangin, yung, syempre, hindi ka naglalakad, parang ganon. So, you are exercising sometimes without you knowing. So, that's the effect of biking. And last form or example of outdoor recreation, we have orienteering. Orienteering involves navigation skills like using a map, compass, wherein you will be selecting different routes and navigating through an unfamiliar track or course. Common to sa mga timed race na yung mga participants ng group will be directed and finding points in map as fast as they can. So parang if you can compare, para yung Amazing Race, para siyang Survivor Philippines, that's orienteering. And ang maganda sa orienteering, literal nagagamit ka talaga ng mga maps, yung mga talaga namang may terrains, yun yung bibigay sa inyo. So orienteering really requires navigation skills. Kaya minsan may mga dala talaga silang compass, map, because without those they cannot really survive in terms of kung game man siya or activity man siya. So those are four among some and many examples. So you may choose from outdoor recreation and experience the fun and benefit of it as well. But you have to be familiar with the details of how yung mga activities na to are done para ma-ensure yung safety ninyo while having fun. So, on the following slides, pag-uusapan naman natin yung mga ano yung kailangan mong i-prepare, what are your safety precautions when doing this activity, when, syempre, given the opportunity to do so. Kasi, syempre, pandemic nga, it's not easy to do this, lalo na't nasa ECQ tayo. But, hopefully, and praying for it na somehow, by all means, kung gaano man katagal, magagawa din natin itong mga activities na to. So, let's start in the essentials in hiking. We have food, water, first aid kit, flashlight, compass and map, rain gear and clothes, matches or fire starter, and insect repellent. Since hiking involves walking in a long distance, kailangan prepared tayo with different essential things that we need to bring. And it is really practical to put everything in a backpack kasi it's easier to carry your load in your back. So, dapat, ito yung mga laman ng backpack natin. Now, alam na natin yung mga laman. Ano naman yung mga tips when you're going to prepare your backpack during a hiking? So, ito yung mga kailangan nating i-prepare. So, when you are doing your preparation, you have to make sure and you have to consider yung number one is yung duration ng activity. Yung amount ng quantity of the things that you would need. And syempre, kailangan mo din ng little excess when doing the activity. There are people who are considered as parang yung smart silang ayos ng gamit. Wherein, may mga tao din naman na, alam mo yun, yung parang lahat na dinadala kahit hindi naman kailangan. May daladalang ganito, may daladalang ganyan, which is sometimes unnecessary. So, in your backpack, this is what you're going to do. Yan, meron tayong different divisions of a backpack. Sa iyong backpack, syempre depende na yan sa'yo kung ano yung tsura ng backpack mo. Pero, you have to just consider the following. May mga instances kasi na may mga backpack na yung talagang kailangan for or parang provided for hiking talaga. Like this one, yung heavy items niya, if you can observe, is mostly at the back. So, nasa likod siya, nakalinya siya sa may likod. Ano yung mga example ng heavy items like water, stove, fuel, food, tent poles, and other heavy items, pwede nyo siyang ilagay. Yung mga light items natin are just at the front, like sleeping bags, sleeping pads, rain, wind gear, mga sack, bulky clothing, or yung mga damit na gagamitin mo. And of course, yung mga medium items lang are mostly in the middle, like cooking utensils, clothes, foods, tent body, and fly. So you have to be reminded na kapag ka mag-hiking ka or doing other recreational activities, you don't need a lot of things to bring. Kasi in the first place, nahihirapan ka, lalo na kung yung terrain nung pupuntahan mo is not really smooth, yung talaga namang akit-akit ka pa, very hassle. But your bag is actually considered as your home in hiking. Kaya you have to be smart when packing things. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung what to bring and what not to bring, how much of it that you need to bring. But syempre may mga extras ka din dapat. Now we know what we can do when preparing our things. Now let us talk about the things that you have to remember kapag naman nag-hike na tayo. Number one, you have to avoid hiking alone. So, avoid hiking alone kasi it is safer to travel in groups kapag nag-hike tayo. Baka mamaya mawala ka pa doon, di ba? Mahirap. Not unless magjo-join ka sa mga joiners tour, yung mga makikisama ka sa ibang tao, okay lang yon. As long as you're not hiking alone. Number two, make sure that others know where you are going, kailan ka babalik, saan ka pupunta. In short, yung mga information about your activity dapat alam either ng mga tao sa bahay o mga kaibigan mo para at least kung hindi man ikaw makabalik on the time, merong nakakaalam at merong maghahanap sa'yo. Number 3, make sure that you walk on marked trails. Do not create your own trails. Naalala ko dati, nagkaroon ng issue dyan sa Mount Makiling kasi may mga group of teens who created their own trails dun sa may mud spring. So, ang ending, ayun, nawala sila, hinanap pa sila. 4, carry with you a rain gear and turn back if there is a bad weather. Alam naman natin na pag bad yung weather sa hiking, it can be very hard and mas challenging siya. 5, dress appropriately. Huwag masyadong parang lahat na lang ng convenient clothes hindi mo i-consider. Kasi physical activity yan. Exertion ng physical, parang, syempre, strength. Hindi mo naman kailangan maging cute, magpapogi, magpaganda when hiking. Kasi mawawala din naman yung preparation mo na yun. So you just need to dress comfortable clothes and consider dressing appropriately. Number 6, stream water is not always safe to drink. So, dapat may dala tayo yung sarili nating tubig. And lastly, bring a cell phone with you as it provide details of your location and at least you have your communication lines open. So, those are the things that we need to remember kapag nag-hike na tayo. Now, here are saving tips para kapag halimbawa may mga emergency, may mga problem, you can somehow get out of it. Number 1, if you are lost, you have to stay put and make sure na nasa safe area ka. Bakit kailangan mo mag-stay put? Kasi at least kapag nalaman ng mga kasama mong nawawala ka, alam nila kung saan kanila babalikan. Mas malaki yung percentage and yung chance na makabalik pa sila sa'yo kesa sa iikot ka sa lugar na hindi ka naman familiar. Mas mahirap yun. Number 2, create a shelter as your temporary camp. Sometimes there are places na kaya sila nag-provide ng campsite kasi it takes a day or two to finish a trail. So you can create your own shelter as long as you're not gonna harm plants, wala kayong susunugin or kukuhaning mga kahoy, punong kahoy. So you can create a shelter as long as yung shelter nyo mismo pwedeng tent, or kung gagawa man kayo, make sure lang na all of your materials are already yung scattered, nakakalat, sira na wala nang makakagamit. That's alright. Pero wag yung pipitas or puputol ka ng kahoy para lang gawing pole. So wag ganun. 3, make sure that you stay dry and warm. 4, be alert. Bawal ang lutang sa hiking. And of course, you have to make yourself visible at all times. Kaya may mga tao na they prefer using neon colors of shirts kapag nag-hike para mas madaling mahanap. Number 5, make sure to look for an open space then staying in an area na covered ng trees. Next, common mistakes na dapat i-avoid natin when hiking. So here are some of it. Number 1, keeping your hiking activity a secret. Para to sa mga taong hindi nagpapaalam, tumatakas, ayan. If no one knows yung pupuntahan mo, they cannot rescue you in case of emergency. So lagi yung tatandaan yan. Mahirap nang walang nakakalam kung saan ka pupunta. Kasi pag nagkaroon ng accident, wag naman sana, hindi nila alam. They cannot help you or rescue you. 2, hiking alone. Nabanggit ko to kanina. Dapat someone is with you. It's a must. Body system. Mas maganda yung gano'n. 3, staying away from the group. Bumuha ka ng sarili mong mundo. Bubukod ka. Since kapag group kayo, it's easier to find your way back kapag may kasama ka in case na mawala ka. Plus, mas masaya mag-hike ng may kasama at saka ng may mga kagrupo, lalo na makapagbarkada mo or kaibigan mo. It's making the activity easier. Kasi 'di ba, ang hirap ng physical activity sa totoo lang. It's just that kapag masaya kasi yung mga kasama mo at masaya ka sa ginagawa mo, okay lang. 4, do not wear inappropriate attire, as inappropriate attire may hinder your physical activity. 5, do not forget to bring a survival kit. Ito sobrang halaga nito. Lalo na yung mga first aid kit na commonly nami-miss out ng mga nag-engage in hiking. Sa mga expert hiker, mga pro, hindi nila pinapawala tong surviving kit or survival kit. Kasi alam naman natin, 'di ba, unintentional injuries happen unexpectedly, accidents happen. So it's better that you have a survival kit. Parang naalala ko, meron nung umakyat kami sa Peak 2 before, meron kaming nadaanan na group of parang teenagers na na-aksidente yata yung kasama nila sa Peak 2 dahil daw sa umakyat sa batuhan, or sa flat rocks, sa Mad Spring, sa flat rocks wala. So parang wala silang kahit ano, they just did it for the sake of gusto lang nila mag-enjoy. Ang layo nung area ng na yun dun sa lugar. So it will take time to address ng rescue. Kaya at least kung meron man kayong first aid kit, 'di ba? Syempre, pag-aralan niyo siyang gamitin. At least you're safer, you feel safer kasi in case of emergency, meron kayong magagamit. And number 6, ignoring what your body tells you. There are people that feel so empowered, strong, na kahit hindi naman nakaya, parang they prefer continuing the activity. Pag sinabi ng katawan mong tama na, you have to stop. Listen to your own body kasi ikaw lang naman makakaintindi dyan. Pag hindi mo yan sinunod, baka mamaya ano pang mangyari sa'yo. So, these 6 are only some of the things that you have to avoid when hiking. And lastly, at considered as pinakamahalaga when doing hiking, sobrang importante po nito, are the Leave No Trace 7 principle. The following are different environmental ethics and principles of Leave No Trace as stated sa Boy Scout of America. So, ito yung 7 na principles. Isa-isahin natin at sana isa puso nyo and apply whenever mag-hike kayo kasi sobrang halaga nito. Not just hiking, even in other activities, you have to remember the following. Number 1 is plan ahead. Plan ahead and prepare. You have to make sure that you plan ahead or in advance or ahead of time because planning can help you achieve your goal kahit na camping pa yan, hiking, or other activities. Hindi totoo yung kapag pinaplano na drawing. It's just a negative connotation of planning. But I personally believe that when doing things, most especially outdoor recreation, you have to prepare. Kasi kapag prepared ka, kahit anong sibatang humarang sa'yo, you can still do the activity. Hindi yung kung kailan oras na, tsaka mo lang asikasuhin yung location, pupunta ka sa lugar na hindi mo naman alam, hindi ka familiar. So, delikado yun. Number 2, travel and camp on durable or strong and sturdy area or durable surface, which will keep you, syempre, more safe for the rest of your outdoor activity. Principle 3, properly dispose your waste, especially your human waste, in order for you not to contaminate the water. So there are location and instances na may body of water. So you have to be careful. Kung kaya naman, di ba, what you bring, this is what you're going to bring home as well. Yung kalat mo, uwi mo. Dapat, dispose of waste properly. Principle 4, leave what you find. Okay, leave what you find. Don't get souvenirs. You have to make sure that you will not do anything with the environment. So leave the rocks, the artifacts, and other essential parts of the environment for others to rediscover. Tsaka hindi mo naman yan pag-aari, di ba? So wag mong kuhanin. Principle 5, minimize campfire impacts. So, kung magka-camping man kayo, avoid or minimize the impacts of fire, such as overusing of fires and depleting firewood sources. So, lagi naman tong sinasabi na kapag magka-camping kayo, you only look for fallen mga twigs, mga part ng trees. Never ever get the fresh ones. Kasi in the first place, hindi naman yun maaapoy kaagad. Mas maganda yung mga nakakalat na nakahoy sa lapag. 6. Respect wildlife and avoid disturbing them. So you have to store food securely and keep your food scrap away from animals. And lastly, be considerate of other visitors. When you are doing physical activity, you have to remember na hindi lang ikaw ang tao dito at hindi lang ikaw ang tao sa mundo. You have to avoid making loud sound, other unnecessary activities na pwede mong ma-disturb yung other visitors. You have to remember that others like you want to do outdoor activities and enjoy nature. So, tulad mo din, they don't want to be stressed. So, you have to at least be considerate. Hindi lang ikaw yung may karapatan na mag-enjoy. Di ba? Parang let the sound of nature prevail. Do not let the voice of your friend or your own voice prevail. Kasi, ang pinunta mo nga doon, relaxation, tas makakakita ka ng mga nag-iingay na hikers, yung mga nagwawala, akala mo may kung anong nangyayari, di ba? Dapat remember that we need to be really cautious in terms of other people as well. So, yung Leave No Trace 7 principle, kailangan nyo itong tandaan and apply whenever you have time to apply it. Always, lagi nyo natandaan yun. And that's it for the last topic of Physical Education 9. Outdoor recreation, kahapon, indoor recreation.